Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag Am in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cavus. For decades, the Environmental Protection Agency has attempted to expand its jurisdiction under the Clean Water Act, and recently, the White House finalized a rule intended to strengthen and clarify the Clean Water Act. The measure, known as the Clean Water Rule, has attracted intense opposition from fertilizer companies, the agriculture industry, energy producers, and conservative lawmakers in Congress, who describe it as a federal overreach that will hamper economic growth and drive up costs for farmers and chemical producers. Paul Penner from the National Association of Wheat Growers discusses the problems farmers might see if this rule is put into place.
Well, what has happened is, farming technology advances, and so, but it doesn't. It does not recognize the fact that we're practicing no-till on our ground, and so we may apply some herbicides or fertilizer or pesticides, and even though we've reduced our overall environmental footprint, that doesn't negate the fact that they could find us in violation and require us to have a permit. And all it takes is just somebody in an office with a computer map with a GPS coordinate set on your farm, and if that person decides that ordinary high water mark applies, then you're in violation. Anything that you would do on that farm would put you in violation, and it would require permits. And if you didn't, then you'd be subject to the maximum fines as allowed by law.
Commodity groups, as well as the American Farm Bureau, urge support for Senate Bill 1140, introduced by a Wyoming senator that would require the Army Corps of Engineers and the Environmental Protection Agency to revise the definition, putting more responsibility on the states rather than on the federal government when it comes to water protection quality.
We're supporting the Senate passage of Senate Bill 1140, which basically is the Federal Water Quality Protection Act. I would say 100% of the commodity groups are behind, because this does take back the regulation and sets it back to the point where it should be.
The bottom line for producers is, with the current Environmental Protection Agency revision in place, it would have a huge impact on the agriculture business in general. Water bodies that before did not fall under the definition, such as ditches with little to no connection to navigable waters, will now be covered under the Clean Water Act and face heavy regulation.
I feel that it's going to be important when the EPA starts enforcing these rules. They're going to be coming to the state, and they're going to be looking at farms, whether it's going to be with flyovers, with UAVs, or they're going to use satellite technology to observe what's going on. When we start having those kind of fines or those notices come out that ordinary farmers are now becoming violators of a law that it was the Congress never intended this to be. And I think it's we're going to have to move forward, ramp up the pressure, even if we have to make it an election year issue. It's that important.
Thank you for watching this episode of Farm Factor on Ag Am in Kansas. For more of Farm Factor, or if you want to view programs about the Clean Water Act again, visit us online at www.agaminkansas.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. So have a good day with good luck.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.